this weekend I definitely checked some things off of the I Want to Be a Rapper list, and they were getting up on stage and mobbing out like that.
Mm-hmm.
I saw my first fucking set of crowd titties. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And jumping up and singing on the ropes as well to get in there with another band. That was also cool.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Before the Money. We are fucking flying through this episode number 26.
26.
So if you are a long-time listener, you might know that when we play gigs, because for all you first-time listeners, the Before the Money fam is also a band. It's also a clothing label. It's a music studio. A little bit of everything. So
Rocking his toes everywhere.
you're a fucking weirdo. So for all you long-time listeners, you might remember that we do recaps when we have a gig. So this past weekend, we played 2 gigs, didn't we?
2 gigs. We played at Burleigh Bazaar, which was awesome. Supporting Nerve. Played with the Right there. And we also played at Vinnie's with the Ropes and Brixton Alley, which was really cool.
Yeah, a bunch of really talented musicians tonight. I got so many ideas watching everyone play.
Well, yeah, we even improved from the first to the second by watching other bands and stuff because everybody's got something to offer.
Yeah, most definitely. Especially the Riot that came on after us. I mean, like, they have their ups and their downs, but their stage presence, bro, is
captivating
next level.
the entire time. Everybody's watching the guitarist with his hips, and yeah, that dude was a vibe.
Yeah, he's in the wrong decade for sure. Sick. There's been a little bit of changes since the last time we spoke about the band. We have a new member, and we've also kind of changed up our business model a little bit. So, Ridley, why don't you say hello? We got a brand new synth player and guitarist
with us in the house.
Hello.
And so if you watched the kind of last band video, you would have seen that Ridley played the host, but at that point he wasn't actually in the band. He's also a member of another band called The Ropes. And so if you did watch that episode, you would have seen that we actually announced a co-tour. So it's amazing how everything kind of comes full circle.
He's made it all the way back to us now. And like you were alluding to, the business model has changed. So if you've been following us this year, you'll know that we've been dropping 1 song a month for this year.
That is worked so well. Because what are we now? 9 songs deep?
Yep.
Yeah.
And the growth has been from the consistency as well as the quality of music as well. But a lot of it is the consistency, and it really helped put us in the position that we're in.
Yeah, and you know what? It lit a fire under us as well. That was the biggest thing it did, you know?
100%. That was the purpose as well. It wasn't really like let's get famous off 12 songs. It was like, hey, let's stay busy. 12 is how you're going to do it. Do 1 a month, and then that will keep you consistent, and then you can figure out the bangers. But
yeah,
we killed 2 birds with 1 stone, didn't we?
Yeah, exactly. We ain't putting out shit. So the business model has changed. What do you mean by that?
So essentially, the boys hit me up, and I feel like the problem was some of the tracks that we were putting out are deserving of a bigger audience, but because of the rate in which we were putting them out, they are losing some of the shine that they could have. So we would benefit so much more to take our time a little bit more and build each one up a little bit, a lot of bit more.
Yeah.
Build each one up, give each one its own individual shine and time to do that.
Yeah.
Because we're at a point now where we're getting some pretty cool, exciting gigs with exciting names and stuff. So we want to be hitting the same quality with videos and promotion as these guys because we are those guys now. We're fortunate enough to be in that position. So
yeah, and that's the thing, like the sound, like it's very, very impressive. The amount, like, or the quality that, you know, the team, you and Scott particularly, have been able to get out of such a short time, because you got to put it into perspective as well. Even though you've got a month for these songs, you weren't giving yourself the full month.
Oh no, definitely not. Like, I'm the worst when it comes to procrastination, and I'll admit some of those songs, like, it wasn't because it was like deadline, but like there was Moonwalking was written the day it was recorded.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
That was a fast month.
Yeah, but it slaps like
Yeah.
shit. We pulled it off, but you know, that takes a toll on you too. So at least doing it this way, we've got way more time to plan it out and know what we're doing and put more thought into it and put it in the right places, because, you know, to this day, Ferris Bueller slaps the hardest, and it had more of that because it was the first of the 12. It had more than a month's work put into it.
Yeah, there was a whole social media strategy kind of behind that as well. It is a really good song. It's a catchy song, but I feel like we've released other music that has those same qualities, but it just hasn't gotten the attention. And like that being said, like usually we're doing the marketing just before, or we're posting it for pre-save like 3 days or 2 days
Yeah,
before.
exactly.
You know, so we're going through the motions, but we're not necessarily taking advantage of them.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, now we're just the change in business model is now just putting more into that side of the industry as well. So
because we've got 4 months left, basically 4 working months of the year, and
Yeah.
we've got 2 songs that we want to record from start to finish and get professionally mastered as well. That's something we've been talking about.
yeah, so
Yeah.
like we've dropped 2. We're still getting music this year. Don't
Yeah.
even worry. We just dropped 2 of them out, and so
they're 2
yeah,
bangers.
we will drop 2 tracks. The first one that we will drop is actually going to be a remix of the Ropes song,
Yeah.
3-4, which Ridley has set us up with. It's banging. I fell in love with this track as soon as I heard it. So when Rid asked me if I wanted to do this, I was all for it. So I'm really excited to put that one out. That one slaps. And then we've got still to be named at the moment.
Thank you.
Man,
At
all
the
I know
moment,
is
this song
it's
exists.
after someone that farts.
It's
Don't know
called
who.
Scott Farts.
Still somehow get thrown under the bus. I got bitten by a tick.
The best part is too, Scott named it.
Let's call it Scott's tick.
Yeah, so this particular
Scott's
song,
tick farts.
this particular song, we were meant to do something that we were very excited for as a band. So we were all kind of here. The room was set up, and that particular event got canned. So we were like, fuck it. We're all here. We're all kind of, you know, creatively frustrated. So let's just get in a room and make some shit. And this came out almost in its full form, like the first time around. And we get an email, like, because we were up till like early morning doing on that night, weren't we? Yeah.
Yeah.
And we get an email from Scott on our way home. Scott Farts, he's called it. So Scott, you can't even get mad at us, bro. This is your baby.
Sometimes I like to keep things confidential within the band walls to build camaraderie, but obviously that trust can be
Hey,
broken.
there's no walls with
at
our
any
audience,
stage.
man.
Whether you're at a gig, whether
No,
you're
The
got a
best
girl
part,
around,
the
whether
best
you've
part
got-
is when Scott brought a girl around, and we're all here like, oh, let's play Scott Farts. Let's play Scott Farts. And Scott's there just like, different Scott, different Scott. It was like the first time they're meeting, and I was like, guys, how are you throwing him under the bus this hard on the first meeting? What the fuck?
Yeah, and it's so weird how she didn't call me back.
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy.
Nah.
We can help each other out.
Oh good. Oh good. They're lost, yo.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
keep saying. That's what I keep
Yeah,
saying.
that's what
If
I
she
keep
can't see the
saying.
Oh, anyway, back on topic. If there is never topics on Before the Money.
Yeah,
is there?
nah, we were talking about that's the second track that we're gonna release.
Yes.
For the rest of the year.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that ties in pretty nicely, I think, to start talking about the escapades of this weekend. Now, we have had gigs waved in front of our nose for probably like the last 6 weeks, almost 2 months, right? We've had what?
Fuck
2?
COVID.
Was it 3 gigs that were cancelled?
Nah, so we
2.
had the 2 that were both postponed initially
Postponed.
and then both cancelled.
Yeah. Which we have now heard has been given to us again.
Yes, one of them has come back into our hot little hands.
We'll
so
jump into
hopefully-
that soon. So we'll jump in. We do have a gig coming up. It's a good one. So we were very, very itchy to play this weekend, you know. So we have been to Barbecue Bazaar to watch Chutney play before. It's a big venue, so we were a little bit nervous, right?
I was really nervous, man, when I
There
was
was another
in,
band playing that night
there
as
was
well.
another band, man.
The Ropes played there as well.
He's actually in your band, if you didn't know.
Who was it that did the same thing the other night?
I did it on the weekend.
It's a thing that I just thought that we would build camaraderie within the band, but clearly we don't.
You see how
we're
far
just
that
here
gets you,
We're
man.
just here to support, you know, everyone but ourselves, apparently.
Well,
Oh shit! At least I'm not
no
in
talking
this
about
by
ropes
myself.
in this band, man.
oh, you're both in the doghouse together.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit. So we went to Barbecue Bazaar to watch The Ropes specifically. There was another band that happened to be playing. I can't remember what their name was.
They're all right. Nothing compared to the Ropes, though.
And so we saw how big that venue is. Because what is it, like 800 or 900 capacity or something?
Yeah, I think it's like 650 or something.
650, yeah.
At the moment with COVID, they've got it at 650.
Yeah.
But
It's
Yeah.
a big hall.
You could get more in there.
Played there. When Peachy played there, I think they had. I think there was at 1100.
Oh
Yeah,
shit!
shit.
Yeah. So.
Oh,
And
big
that was
team.
still with
Soon,
that was
soon,
still
boys.
with restrictions. So
Yeah,
with restrictions too.
yeah.
Oh, sick.
I can't wait to
There you go.
open a Peachy set.
Yeah, look,
Well-
it's coming.
Get in line.
You heard it.
We'll do that
You heard
too.
it here first before the money, baby.
V
Let's
Black
go.
isn't very good at waiting in line.
No, clearly not. Once we got on stage, it's a fucking massive venue, and Nerve is what do you call him, like a Aussie rapper? Or
Yeah, look, it's like I don't really listen to too much of this
Yeah.
genre, so I don't even know what you would call it. Yeah, I don't know.
he was cool. Like
Rid, what would you call it?
That's just straight hip hop, I think. Like, I don't know. He had like trap beats and like house beats.
yeah.
There was
He was doing a bit of
mix
genre
of stuff.
bending,
Yeah.
bending,
Yeah, there was a lot of mix of
Genre
stuff.
bender.
He's
And
You have
fucking
to put him
quick
in a
as well.
box.
He was really good live as
Yeah.
well. You know, got like
And
quite
a
a nice
super
voice.
nice guy. I
Yeah.
was like, I didn't expect him not to be, but I was taken aback by how nice he was. He was really
Yeah,
nice.
it was really cool. So when we were kind of on stage, we had some issues with like our sound and our backing and stuff like that. So, but we worked it out. It was a good experience. We got through the set pretty much seamlessly, bar one little muck up on my behalf. But luckily, like always, the audience never notices.
Yeah, no, they
You
just gets missed in translation. And they're
Yeah.
like, I came straight off stage and I was talking to Amber about it. I was like, oh, I don't even know when you messed up. I don't know if we're talking about the same moment. But there was a moment that I was saying to her, I was like, fuck, I feel like I was completely fucking shit through this bit. And she's like, yeah, but you're telling me now, and this is me realizing that even happened.
Yeah, true.
So
It's
it
always
just
the
does it
case.
straight over the head in those moments.
Yeah, and Scott, so how do you feel when like our backing shit fucks up? Because I saw you getting pretty frustrated.
When it works, every time we rehearse, and then the two previous like gigs we've played, and then this one time, I don't know.
Because it didn't work on Saturday on Friday and Saturday.
Yeah. So it's something to do with the routing within my system. I think.
It's
Yeah.
all Gary.
What I had a good conversation with the sound guy at Vinny's, and he was sort of saying how Logic like struggles a tiny bit with the live thing as well.
We're cutting the
it's just more
backings
money.
as of this week anyway.
And
so
that's why it's all good.
it's all gravy,
Yeah,
baby.
Fuck you, backings. I'm gonna bring
So-
half the
but-
shits at every gig now as well. Like that's just so good.
So everybody who's listening, when we play, we're playing with the synth tracks of the songs or some of the synths playing as well.
Yeah.
And we're being fed that as well. So when we're saying no backings is we're going to be completely raw in it and just Ridley fucking riding the keys.
Yeah.
That's why I brought him in.
We've played it a couple of times, done the set just completely raw, and because there is so much more room in the song and we're not kind of tied to the exact sound of the song. Everyone gets a little bit more free form and finds and fills the space a little bit way. We allow ourselves to communicate more as a band.
We can make it sound like us now,
Yeah.
and like we're writing songs all together now, and they're not any sort of compromise
Yeah.
from what we were doing. So it's like, oh, see ya.
Yeah,
A
exactly.
Super, super, super cool moment for me. Especially the Bazaar gig, the first time we played it was when the Scott Farts, our original song that we've put together, it's Our Baby,
Yeah.
was easily my favorite of the night and like the
And everyone
strongest song
else's.
of the set.
Yeah.
And it's so young, and we kind of just came together, and it just fell together really nicely, and it was the strongest number of the night.
Yeah,
for
that's
me.
the first attempt. That's really, really cool.
Yeah.
So we have some videos from the night as well. One night that I think, well, one particular segment which I think is pretty cool, and we were kind of on the topic beforehand talking about how connected this group is, right? So there's a bunch of bands that are on the Gold Coast. They're all helping each other. And we spent a lot of time with them over the weekend. So I thought it was really, really cool to watch you get up on stage with the Ropes and perform 3/4.
Yeah, that was a super cool moment. There's a in the video that you see exactly where I'm at when in that moment getting back up, because you're a bit nervous for your own set. You get up there, so I'm out of that nerves of, oh, my responsibility is now gone. Like, I can just enjoy myself, and then I get to get.
What are you
another
trying to say, bro?
dude
You can
right
just
in.
come into my band and just do a shit job, bro.
No. I don't.
You're all in the doghouse together now.
He wouldn't do it for chutney.
Oh, fuck's sake. This is getting brutal now.
Oh, yeah.
This is what every rehearsal's like. It's exhausting.
All right, and we've got 7 minutes left. So, jumping back to the Bazaar gig on the Friday night, at the end, a similar kind of thing happened, and Nerve kind of got all the previous musicians up on stage, and you guys had like a fucking hype out. It was so sick.
Yeah, that was really cool. Thank you for that,
Scotty.
Nurse.
Yes,
Scotty
the
was
hype
up there,
man.
Will was up there.
I
Holy
just
shit.
gently reminded everyone how white I was.
But yeah, that was a super cool moment. So yeah, his last two songs, he told us beforehand in the backstage. He came up and he was like, "Oh yeah, last song of the set, you guys just jump up on stage." And I did not know what to expect. But I was like, "Fuck it!" Like
Yeah.
we've come this far up. And then when it happened, there was just like the We Are the Right jumped up there as well, and then all of Nerve's guys jumped up. So it was just a mob of us on the stage and just.
How
His-
cool was Nerve's hype, man?
Yeah, he's a fucking gangster. His song was really dope too. I told him after this because they played one of his songs on there
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, he
I
got up
liked
and
his
rapped
ones.
it.
Yeah, I liked his one.
Yeah, it was really
they
cool.
were
Bam, bam, bam,
cool-
bam.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
It was so good. Yeah.
Oh shit.
No, that was definitely this weekend I definitely checked some things off of the I Want to Be a Rapper list, and they were getting up on stage and mobbing out like that. I saw my first fucking set of crowd titties. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And jumping up and singing on the ropes as well to
Yeah.
get in there with another band. That was also cool. I got into the crowd myself at Vinny's as well.
Yeah, true.
When
that
we
was
did the
cool.
breakdown of Scott Farts, I went and danced in the crowd. That was fucking
Yeah.
sick. So
Drop a video of that right here. We've recapped the weekend. So, what have we got moving forward?
So coming up, we're now jumping in. So I think this week we're kind of putting our heads down and we're starting the creation process of actually tracking and recording.
Yeah, we're
The
demoing
Scott
this week,
Farts.
aren't we?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And we're also the new gig that we've just received back, we found out, gonna give you the Before the Money exclusive. We're possibly, I don't want to say too much too early, but we've been given the nod that we'll be playing it elsewhere again. So we got that one back because we lost that one to COVID, but fuck, we prevailed.
Yeah.
We came through. So that's going to be exciting. That's going to be about mid-November.
Yeah.
But you guys will hear about that as we get closer to that.
As it
Sick.
confirms, we'll let you guys know. And so one thing that I'm starting to notice about this page and kind of like what we're doing is we're starting to incorporate a lot more of like the musical scene into our lives on like a day-to-day. So one idea that we've kind of been passing back and forth as well is the incorporation of more music elements into the podcast. So one thing that we've kind of been discussing is if for anyone that's familiar with kind of Tiny Desk and all that kind of YouTube show, we want to try and take that approach and add the Before the Money podcast spin to it. So one thing I've noticed is, and through this conversation I've had with musicians, there is a lot of people that maybe know of the band or know of the act, but don't actually know anything about them, and specifically don't know anything about the music and what it means. Because a lot of people listen to music and they might love the song but not know what it means. You know, so through this conversation, especially over the last couple of months, I'm really excited for Before the Money to kind of give at least the Gold Coast music scene that platform to spread the purpose of their music a little bit as well.
Yeah, it's cool to link the two because of the form in which we have these conversations. Like you said, people will get to know the artist that they're listening to, listen why they're doing it, and that's ultimately what really builds that connection between a musician and their listeners, is the understanding why and everything. So it's just gonna make the bubble that we're in that much stronger.
Yeah, of course. And this is just at the beginning. This is just the fucking beginning. How are we going for time?
It's exciting too because it's exciting for us. It's exciting for us, and it's exciting for the bands that we've spoken to about doing it too, because it's different, it's new, and there's not. I mean, I don't know another podcast that does anything like that. Like it's like Tiny Desk, but Tiny Desk isn't a podcast either.
Yeah,
It's just
you're
so
just
much more than that.
Hearing the music.
Yeah.
Really. Let's say goodbye because we're about to film another podcast, aren't we?
On to the next one. We'll see you in about a minute.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. You've been listening to Before the Money. Make sure you head. Someone's getting injured in there.
Somebody is lost an eye.
He went up my nose, man.
Make sure you are running up those streams on Spotify, v.blvq. Ferris is just about 10k streams.
We're about
Ferris
100
Bueller.
plays away, and it would be less than that because I promoted it today. So
There you go.
we'll
So make
find
sure
out tomorrow.
Make sure you're adding us to your playlist, listening us, show your mum, show your dad, show your dog, whatever you got going on. AnarchyLabel.com. Go check it out. Get yourself dressed well. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you in the next one.
Thank you.
Bye.
Oh,
Nice.
took a little break.